Moving on, now the Supreme Court of India has flagged NHAI's accountability and seek clarity on powers and road safety lapses after fatal highway crashes. The Supreme Court heard a suo motu case on highway accidents and road safety norms following fatal clashes in Rajasthan and Telangana. The bench comprised Justices J.K. Maheshwari and Vijay Bishnoi. Solicitor General Tushar Mehta appeared for NHAI and informed the court that an affidavit had been filed. Justice Maheshwari questioned NHAI on its statutory powers and sought clarity on accountability instead of blame shifting to contractors or local authorities. The bench flagged concerns over fog-related risks, speed enforcement and safety during winter conditions. Justice Bishnoi highlighted the widespread presence of illegal roadside dhabas and parked trucks on major highways. The court asked NHAI to place on record statutory provisions, rules, action taken, and identify persons responsible for violations. Earlier, the court had directed NHAI and the Transport Ministry to survey unauthorized dhabas and highway conditions in Rajasthan and Telangana. I have Sambhav Sharma joining me with more details. Sambhav, what more can you tell our viewers?
Well, absolutely here, road safety, accidents and the repercussions, and also the accountability of National Highway Authority of India. This was a suo motu case taken by the Supreme Court, and the two-judge bench, as you rightly pointed out, a bench of Justice J.K. Maheshwari and Justice Vijay Bishnoi, the two-judge bench was hearing this particular suo motu case and has given certain oral remarks which are not just important for the road safety at large, but also in a way important in fixing the accountability of the National Highway Authority of India. The bench, the two-judge bench, is questioned the NHAI on many fronts. The two-judge bench talked about the illegal dhabas and parked trucks on the roadside and how they are in a way contributing to the road accidents. What NHAI is doing during the winter season where there is so much of fog on the roads and any special measures being taken by the National Highway Authority of India. Also talked about the speedy enforcement, the compensation given to the victims instead of allegedly shifting the blame game to the local authorities. So these all were the important remarks made by the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court, and here the Supreme Court has sought a clarity on the powers of NHAI and also sought accountability of NHAI, especially when it comes to the road accidents in general. So here Solicitor General Tushar Mehta, who appeared for NHAI, in a way, I mean, was on many fronts with the bench, and yes, obviously the NHAI will have to do certain take certain actions, especially to curb down the road accident cases which happen on the national highways, and will and also will give a detailed report, submit a detailed report. However, the Solicitor General has informed the Supreme Court that they have filed a detailed affidavit in this regard as to what exactly is the problem at ground zero, how NHAI is tackling, and also during the last hearing, as you rightly pointed out, the Supreme Court has sought clarity on the illegal dhabas and the trucks parked on the roadside on the National Highway Authorities, NHAI roads and national highways. So here it is to be seen what exactly is there in that affidavit which is filed by NHAI in the Supreme Court, because so far it's not in public domain. It is to be seen what exactly is the content of that particular affidavit filed by the NHAI. However, the Supreme Court is quite tough when it comes to road accidents and sought NHAI's in a way accountability, and also talked about the powers of the NHAI in dealing with certain issues, and also said that blame game cannot be shifted to the local authorities. You will have to face the law. So here, the Supreme Court has come down heavily on the National Highway Authority of India, and asked a detailed report, and also when it comes to the curbing the road accident, what exactly NHAI is doing at the ground zero.
Now, Sambhav, this has of course come after a suo motu case that the Supreme Court heard. Just share some details of the suo motu case with us.
This was a suo motu case of the road accidents in, especially in the state of Rajasthan and state of Telangana. So, and earlier also a detailed report was sought and questioned the role of the highway authority, the NHAI, in curbing these road accidents, and asked the NHAI to file a detailed report as to why there is so much of encroached space on the roadsides of these national highways, and what NHAI is doing at the ground zero. Because earlier as well, the Supreme Court has said that the NHAI will have to respond and face the heat, face the fire. If the road accidents are not coming down on the national highways, we need a kind of detail as to what NHAI is doing at ground zero. Reiterating the same thing today, the Supreme Court two-judge bench has asked the NHAI as to what exactly they are doing to curb these illegal dhabas, these trucks, roadside trucks parking. And because see, that's one of the major reasons for these road accidents on the national highways, and also the visibility at the national highway, especially during winters. So these were the important points raised by the two-judge bench of the Supreme Court, and in a way asked NHAI to fix its accountability and take certain steps to curb the road accidents.